Hi, I'm Susan Papanicholas from How Does Your Garden Grow in Seattle, Washington. I'm here today in my own garden to show you this really beautiful Fuchsia Magellanica. This is a hardy fuchsia that I have growing in my garden, and I'm a little bit embarrassed to tell you that my garden can often get quite neglected, and this is a plant that shines right through that. No matter how busy I've been, no matter how many times I've forgotten to water, this plant always looks fantastic all summer long. This is a species hardy fuchsia, and it's one of the parents of a lot of the other fuchsias that you'll see available on the market, whether they're hardy fuchsias or tender fuchsias. And this is one that's unadulterated. It hasn't been bred for any special characteristics, and it's just tough as nails, and I think it looks fantastic. I really like that this plant has a smaller flower on it than some of the really large showy flowers that you'll see on different fuchsias that you can buy in the garden center. I think these blend in a little bit better with the rest of my garden, and I think the abundance of them just looks really wonderful. It's literally dripping with flowers for 4 or 5 months of the year. It attracts bees and it attracts hummingbirds, and my kids love to play with it too. They pull these blossoms off and then suck at the back of it to get nectar out, and it's very sweet. They love it. They call these little suckies. This plant will often die back to the ground in our winters, depending on how cold the winter gets. A lot of times, even when the plant doesn't die back to the ground, I'll still cut it back to the ground because it gets really large in the garden, and then it stays in this shape and this size a little bit better. So each year in around February or March, I cut it back to the ground, and then all of this growth that you see here has just come from this one year. It has a really nice fountainy shape where each cane comes out of the ground and arches over to make this really beautifully shaped shrub. What I would not want to do to take care of this plant is make it smaller by cutting it back. That would ruin the shape of it and make it look a little bit awkward. So if there were parts of this plant that were too big, I'd want to go to the base of the plant and cut that whole branch out rather than trying to shorten one of these branches. In the fall, this will get great yellow fall color, and it'll lose all its leaves and flowers towards the end of the fall and then die back and sort of look like sticks throughout the winter. And then I'll cut it back in the early spring to allow it to get this great shape again. I really love this plant. I love watching my kids play with it. I love the attention it gets. I love the hummingbirds and the bees that come to visit it, and I really love that I don't have to do anything to take care of it. It's wonderful. I'm Susan Papanicholas from How Does Your Garden Grow, helping you make the most of your garden.